The fuck? What do you mean, girl boss female pilot? Like, the girl boss female pilot is killing women on the ground with their bombs. Why the fuck should I actually care about the female representation in this circumstance? Who gives a fuck? These people. Even if the results suggest what your assessment is, the reason why that difference in how these countries operate exists is because when Saudis refused, they got, regime changed.
Reparation.
Iranians, on the other hand, had a successful revolution.
Compensation a few times, that we are going to get compensated, however that looks like, from the aggressors, in this case, the United States and Israel. He also said something very interesting that I was reading along in Farsi. He said, we are going to open other fronts if need be. And what
Trump
does that
is live
mean?
again?
Is that
oh,
the
my
front,
God, my king. My president is live. Oh my God, my president and the first lady is live.
Incredible women.
They're doing Women's History Month.
The strength of America is closely tied to the role women play in shaping their...
Iran is still capitalist. Same with South Africa. It's just the difference is they're anti-imperialist. True, exactly. But it's like Hamas. It's like saying Hamas is not a communist formation. It doesn't matter. Their goals are sovereignty and dignity for their people, okay? It's understandable emancipatory desire that they're following along currently. Yes, that's how she sounds. You guys didn't watch the Melania documentary?
To balance career ambition and family. We all know this incredible...
Kind of feels like you guys didn't watch the critically acclaimed Melania documentary.
They dominate America's workforce now more than ever before. As a visionary, I know success.
95% of skilled labor in GCC is foreign workers that are actually cooked. That's not true. This is the only case in Qatar and the UAE. KSA has enough of a population to fill most of these positions. Not the same for Qatar and the UAE. Oman and Bahrain are not developed enough to have those industries, for example.
I follow my passion, listen to my instinct, and always maintain a laser focus. In solitude, my creative mind dances, filling my imagination with originality.
In solitude, my creative mind
demanding
dances.
Schedules and multitasking are everyday realities.
Dude, get ready for the sweatiest reactionaries. The sweatiest reactionaries being like, oh, you're making fun of an immigrant, dude. You're making fun of an immigrant woman. Oh, what happened to woke? Well, suck. That's what happened.
Served as a producer, managed post-production, and activated the marketing campaign. Curiosity is a core value that keeps me ahead of the curve. Curiosity begets knowledge, opening doors to ideas and industry that I have otherwise overlooked. This unrestricted mindset has led me to build across very different sectors: fashion, digital assets, publishing, accessories, skincare, commercial television, and of course, filmmaking. The lessons...
This is for international, this is the Women's History Month event.
Such as how to build a brand, create superior product design, and activate an advertising campaign remains just as relevant today.
You are not ready.
Markets evolve, technologies change.
You do not understand the girl boss queen.
Leadership and continuous learning are everlasting.
Yeah, she's honoring herself for Girl Boss Women's Month, which is awesome.
Entrepreneurs and future leaders, make time for yourself, educate yourself daily, and spread your passion. Be courageous and take risks. Advance your profession.
There's nothing funnier to me than a white nativist movement that is shepherded by two people with, like, not white American wives. For the record, JD Vance, JD Vance's wife is Indian. These guys are supposed to be Nazis, okay? They're supposed to care about, like, legacy Americans, but they don't give a shit about it at all. And same with Donald Trump. Like, Donald Trump's wife is like a visible immigrant, okay? She is visibly an immigrant. It's so funny that these guys don't even have a principled stance on white supremacy and white nativism in general.
Well, thank you very much. Movie star, can you believe this? Can you believe it?
Can you believe it?
That wasn't supposed to happen. We were supposed to have a nice, normal life. But she's terrific and big success. And I think it was #1 last night streaming. It went on streaming last night. It was #1. So I don't know. Maybe she's getting a little too big for the White House. We'll have to think about it. Anyway, thank you.
Oh,
honey.
my God.
She really is something.
This is
I
fucking
wanna
awesome.
really congratulate you.
Okay, look, I will say also, this is very third world. Okay? Like, this right here is aesthetically very third world. To have like to set up like all of these like transparently corrupt schemes to give side deals for your immediate friends and family, and to just be like, my wife, she's a movie star. This is the full Turkification of America. Straight up, Turkey was the method, okay? I never thought I would see the day where not the first country that I've, lived in and existed, but now the second country that I've lived in and existed in for almost half my life has basically turned into Turkey. It's incredible. Okay?
The situation with Iran is moving along very rapidly. It's doing very well. Our military is unsurpassed. There's never been anything like it. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And we're doing what has to be done. Should have been done during a 47-year period. Could have been done by a lot of different people. They chose not to do it. But they really are a nation of terror and hate. And they're paying a big price right now.
Masa biziz. Amerika'da
We're
masa
honored
oldu.
to be joined by many extraordinary ladies, working moms, and amazing women who are.
Bekle, Amerika'da ekmek 500 lira olacak amına koyayım.
I want to thank Second Lady JD Vance, who's a fantastic person. Where is Usha?
Amerikalılar pilav üstü döner 500 lira olduğu zaman anlayacaklar Türkiye'nin yaşadığı realiteleri.
And really, you have been such an inspiration to a lot of women. Usha, thank you very much. Appreciate it. And your husband's doing a good job.
Uşar.
The youngest and perhaps the best White House press secretary in history. Caroline, where's Caroline? Doing a fantastic job, Caroline. She keeps me straight. She keeps you, no, sir, you can't do that.
I want to thank Jeffrey Epstein. R.I.P. Rest in peace to Jeffrey. He introduced me to my beautiful wife, Melania. R.I.P. to Jeffrey Epstein. He was a good guy. Misunderstood by many.
Got some big things in store. She's doing a great job. Thank you, Pam. Labor Secretary Lori Chavez DeRemer. Thank you, Lori. Thank you very much. Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith, who just...
This, by the way, also showcases the hollow, the hollowed out, very shallow nature of aesthetics-focused identity politics, right? Because Donald Trump does have a lot of high-powered women in his cabinet, okay? So this, once again, proves white feminism can be used as a reactionary ideology, and oftentimes is a reactionary ideology. This shows, once again, that fascists can always utilize the same standpoint epistemology to get their goals across, that reactionaries can always utilize the exact same identity markers time and time again. You have to be fucking woke in this, okay? That's it. This right here is a perfect indication of pinkwashing and a totally shallow understanding of what identity politics is supposed to suggest. It's also one that, let's be real, centrist liberals have deployed against their left flank over and over again. And the same goes for now Republicans doing this against the rest of the country. Okay?
Thank you. A friend of mine, a very talented person too, very smart, Victoria Sparks. We argue, but we always come to the same place. Doing a good job. And of course, Kellyanne Conway. Has anyone ever heard of her? She's fantastic. She's in there fighting.
Look at all the women. Look at all the women in positions of power doing the bidding of doing the bidding of the patriarchy, doing the bidding of fascism, doing the bidding of like some of the most reactionary movements out there.
Oh, with the media, it's one of those things. But thank you, Kellyanne. And also, I want to thank the New York Stock Exchange and the person who is so instrumental in its great success, Lynn Martin.
Yeah,
thank
one
you
of the
very
most
much, Lynn.
exaggerated versions of this, of course, is, and this is a correct assessment here, I genuinely think part of the reason dark woke is thriving is because Israel commits genocides and kills children without second thought while simultaneously doing this corporate feminism nonsense.
As a woman,
صوتكن قوة وصمودكن رسالة وأملكن نحو غد أفضل.
روز جهانی زن را به خواهران شجاع در اسرائیل و ایران تقدیم می‌کنم که با قدرت در خط اول دفاع برای کشورشان ایستاده‌اند.
I'm not here to watch history from the side. I'm here to build it.
يوم المرأة سعيد.
روز جهانی زن فرخنده باد.
Happy Women's Day.
There you go. That's it. When contradictions worsen to this degree, even people who are like well-intentioned liberals who have thought that the only way to demonstrate their good politics and their morality is through shallow identity realize that there is a major problem there, that some of these people that are committing these atrocities can also adorn themselves with this like totally ridiculous progressive veneer. Okay? It's just aesthetics at that point. You have to look at form and you have to look at function. But many liberals, unfortunately, only look at form and never look at function. And if that's what you do, if that's your analysis as well, this is unfortunately it's a massive blind spot of liberalism. You know, feminism as a tool of propaganda without intersectionality, right? Feminism is a tool for reactionary opinions like this, a marketing tool for those who are committing heinous crimes, right? Margaret Thatcher being the girl boss spokesperson of white feminism, for example. Like when you lean into that, you can get duped easily. But because those people, those very same people that are committing these heinous atrocities are the ones who are also trying to market themselves as like beacons of feminism, all of a sudden people go, wait a minute, what the fuck? What do you mean girl boss female pilot? Like the girl boss female pilot is killing women on the ground with their bombs. Why the fuck should I actually care about the female representation in this circumstance? Who gives a fuck? Right? And yes, that is part of the reason why I think woke 2.0, although we joke about it, doesn't lean into the same like aesthetic emphasis as woke 1.0 certainly did. It was the bread and butter of woke 1.0. Resistance liberalism really leaned heavily into these aesthetic markers, like, oh, you're coming after a woman. This predisposition that we have towards standpoint epistemology, constantly leaning into diaspora populations that might have incredibly reactionary perspectives, people that are justifying imperialism, people that are justifying endless bloodshed.
Waitress in Hendersonville, North Carolina, great place. And thanks to the One Big Beautiful Bill, she got a big, beautiful tax refund of $4,000 this year, which she didn't expect. And Heather, please come up and tell us how excited you are to receive that. Come on up, Heather. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here today. I have been a waitress for over 20 years, and a lot of the people I've seen come and go in the industry are single moms, and they work hard.
And they're
the hardest working people I know.
They love fighting for oil in Iran. And they say, am Israel high? And I'm here to tell you that we are very happy with the tax cuts that we are receiving, even though the price of an oil barrel is going to be $200 next week. All of that is worth it. I am a working class woman, And I say, I love Donald Trump. He is my president. He has my back. Please believe me.
Thank you. Also with us is Nora Pruitt, a proud mom of 7 and a sheet metal worker from Baltimore, Maryland.
You must understand, all of this is specifically designed so that when someone like myself comes out and says, oh, what the is this? This is just pure propaganda. Who gives a shit, right? They turn around and say, oh, you must hate women. And you have to be strong when that happens, because that is an inevitability, because that is the reason why they've designed this propaganda, right? And when that happens and when people push back, be strong. Be strong and say, what do you think the real problem is here? The fact that, you know, women are being recognized, or the fact that women are being used for propaganda for an objectively unpopular president that does not give a shit about women?
Okay, with great match. I got a huge promotion to set up a wire forming machine. We only use USA steel and we only make in the USA. With the big beautiful bill, we were able to buy one of the most expensive tools our factory's ever bought. Within that, it totally changed our lives. We were able to buy a 5-bedroom home on an acre of land. I just want to tell you thank you so much. Thank you.
Wow. That's pretty good, huh? So we have another person that I'm going to introduce. You know, they said, you mind bringing up 5 people? I said, not really, but it's a lot. Then I looked at them and I said, how about some more like that? We want more. But thank you. It's great job you did. Another working mom benefiting from our policy.
He's shocked that a working class woman is capable of purchasing a land at all or purchasing a home at all. He's like, wow, I guess I haven't been you over hard enough, huh? I guess there's more room.
Better, Pam. I say, sir, that's not the exact. I said, don't worry about it. It'll be just fine. Great, big, beautiful bill, because that's what it is. And the $12 billion in farm relief we issued using...
As a serial rapist and a serial pedophile, does anyone actually believe this shit? No. This is only just to reinforce the true believers. This is not going to convert the non-believers, right? This doesn't convert the non-believers at all. This only reinforces and reaffirms the true believers, right? And then it causes the true believers to like lean into this kind of propaganda, to go to people like ourselves, go to people like myself, go to people like yourself to say, see, the president loves women. You called him a rapist, but he loves women. How dare you talk about my beautiful president? Like, that's it. It's just for the cult.
So beautiful. How are you? Nice to see you. Come on in.
Hi, my daughter June had to join me. She was not wanting to stay. Oh. As a second generation, wife of a second generation Virginia.
Where do the true believers go after Trump? It's going to be awesome. Okay? It's going to be amazing to watch. Oh, what a sight to behold that will be when every single vulture in the aftermath of Charlie Kirk's assassination, just like every single vulture in the conservative media ecosystem, started fighting against one another and battle lines were drawn. Imagine that happening on the national scale. Okay? You will have hardliners. You will have those who lean into the isolationist side, the anti-Israel side. They will go to Tucker. I think Tucker is spiritually the best person to basically be the leader of the MAGA movement. But the establishment Republicans will not allow that to happen. And there will be the Peter Thiel elite techno-billionaire, techno-feudalists that will want JD Vance to carry the torch. The neocons will want Marco Rubio. And they'll all fight amongst one another. It will be glorious.
Were being lost all over the country. They were being taken away from the banks. And we ended the death tax. We ended it for the farmers, for manufacturers, and small businesses. So you're not going to be losing your farms anymore. Okay? It's going to be a long time from now, many, many years, 70, 80 years, but it's just going to have no tax to pay, okay? It'll be in a long time. Thank you very much.
To be fair, that is if we even get there at all, because this country might collapse before we even get there. Let's be real. That is a very real, likely alternative as well.
10 months in a row. Think of that, 10 months in a row. 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States, which is an amazing number. In 1 year, we've seen the largest decline in murder, in the murder rate, in 125 years. It's back to the year 1900. That's before my father was born. He never liked talking about age. He probably would hate me saying that, but it was before, way before my father was born. And 125 years, the lowest number of murders. And part of that is what we've done with your department, Pam, and what we've done with some other departments. And Homeland has been amazing. So many people have worked so hard. You know, Washington, D.C. did not have a great reputation for security and safety. And now, as you know, it's the single, well, let's just say it's real safe. Because somebody's going to have to be very careful with the fake news media. They will say, well, wait a minute, there was a place in Tennessee that was slightly, it's gone from a very dangerous place where a lot of bad things happen to one of the safest cities in the country. You can come here now, and we've had an amazing record. It's been incredible. It's a real turnaround. Likewise, Memphis, Tennessee, a lot of problems. The mayor called, the governor called, and we went out and did a job. And in 3 months, crime is down 74%, and we'll get it down even beyond that, much beyond that. It was very quick. But I also deployed the National Guard to bring back safety to Memphis and New Orleans and all these other places, and they have done some job. What great people they are. Our capital is now considered, in fact, here's a stat, the safest capital anywhere in the world. How about that? We went from probably the most unsafe. I think we went from the most unsafe to certainly one of the safest. And here today is an outstanding female law enforcement officer keeping her community safe, Sheriff Michelle Cook from Clay County, Florida. Great place, Florida. Come on up. Michelle grew up in a military family.
Oh yeah, this is awesome. This is awesome. The people that are mad at Zoran for doing this like Ramadan thing with influencers. What happened to separation of church and state? Oh, right. I forgot. That only applies to Christianity. Brother, what you are not looking for is secularism. What you are looking for is laicite, okay? As a Turk, I'm very familiar with laicite and the differences between that and secularism. Secularism is perfectly capable of allowing demonstrations of faith, okay? Secularism totally has room for demonstrations of faith. Okay? What you want is the erasure of Muslims from public existence. You know, the French method. And in the past, the Turkish method. This is not a woke perspective. My cousin lives in Memphis. She said the troops do nothing but stand outside state buildings. Bro, you are just making up words and sounds. Laicite is the abolition of any sort of demonstration of faith, oftentimes most commonly applied towards Muslims in Western nations and never really afforded towards Christianity at all. Same reason why people never actually give grief to Christian politicians in countries like France that have, you know, a cross or something, but constantly worry about any sort of optics that show Islam. Yeah. Laicite is the state enforcement of like atheism in principle, but more often than not is just simply deployed against Islam in Western nations. A hijab ban, but with an exemption for the cross. That would be a common modern application of laicite. Thank you, Chatter, for Wikipediaing it. Laïcité is the French principle of secularism, formerly established in 1905 law of separation of church and state. It mandates state neutrality in religious matters, ensuring no religion is recognized, funded, or privileged by the government while guaranteeing freedom of conscience. It restricts religious displays in public institutions like schools to maintain a neutral common space for all citizens. Okay? That's what it is in theory. Except laïcité in action is a burqa ban or a hijab ban, but no such bans that exist for crosses and whatnot. Okay? No, it's not just secularism. Oh my God, r/atheist dipshits are going to Laïcité was also the foundational principles of the Republic of Turkey, okay? The Turkish Republic. In Western nations, in its modern application, it is utilized as a way to market Islamophobic policies, anti-Islam policies, okay?
Kellyanne, you couldn't get them to do it. I got them all to do it, and the calls lasted not even that long a period. I said, you got to do it, because we were paying the highest price anywhere in the world for drugs and prescription drugs, and now we're paying the lowest price anywhere in the world. They had to agree to it. They did. They had to agree. They said it would be impossible to get. The drug companies had to get them, but they didn't care because they said, you'll never get the countries, but I got the countries quickly. I said, listen.
Just because it's being twisted doesn't mean it's a bad idea on the face of it. It is a bad idea in the face of it. America does not have true secular principles. I believe in true secularism, a complete separation of religious institutions and the state. That's what I believe in. But as far as like outward displays of religiosity, I don't give a shit. Do whatever you want to do, as long as it doesn't factor in. As long as it doesn't factor into whatever mechanisms of the state that exist, whatever regulatory mechanisms of the state that exist, then yeah, believe whatever you believe. I don't give a shit. You can practice openly. That's what secularism is. Any sort of restriction on religious displays in public is not a good thing. I don't agree with that at all. I do not agree with that. Should we tax religious organizations? Abso-fucking-lutely we should. Just like any other organization. But as far as a principled stance on freedom of expression and freedom of speech, I am a believer of that, okay?
But when you look at what they did in Venezuela and now what they're doing in Iran, it's been amazing. But when you look at all of this, everybody was saying that this could never be done with the drugs. It could never be done. And in my first term, I was so proud of myself because I was able to cut the drugs 1/4%. Now, this doesn't sound so good, but I was proud. 28 years, drug costs went up, and it never stopped. Went up, up, up. And I had, in my third year, I cut drugs by 1/4%. And it was like a big deal because that never happened before. And I had a news conference. I announced that I cut drugs 1/4. It's the first time in 28 years. But now I cut drug prices by 80%, 75%. A low one, a bad one would be 50%. Think of it, 1/4%, I was happy. But, you know, with experience, you learn. And these are the biggest drug price cuts this country's ever had by 25 times. And I think it's going to make a very big difference. All you great Congress people back there that helped me. It's going to make a great difference. There's never been anything like it. It's called Most Favored Nation agreements. I got them with all the countries. And so now instead of paying the highest price in the whole world, we're paying the lowest price in the whole world. Oh, it's pretty good.
It's so funny to be like Lamau terror slob. Brother, this is a functioning military in a sovereign nation, okay? I like that we are we're saying that about the Houthis, we're saying that about Hamas. Those are non-state actors for the most part. This is a state actor. It's functionally no different than like, watching a Chinese trailer for their military. Okay? It doesn't extend to that. There are limits to this kind of, you're doing terror propaganda or whatever the fuck. Unless you think like, anyone that's brown or at odds with America is just fucking terrorists. It's no different than watching DPRK. We'll do the synagogue. I'll cover the synagogue attacker in a second. There's been some updates on that story.
The situation with Iran is moving along very rapidly. It's doing very well. Our military is unsurpassed. There's never been anything like it. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And we're doing what has to be done. Should have been done during a 47-year period. Could have been done by a lot of different people. They chose not to do it. But they really are a nation of terror.
Why actively go watch propaganda, bro? Why actively go watch propaganda? I mean, again, that's not propaganda at that point. That's communique from the hostile nation that is welcoming an American invasion. It's a statement coming from, it's like to the fucking foreign minister. It's like listening to the fucking foreign minister say the same exact thing. Also, I mean, I'm watching state propaganda right now.
And hate, and they're paying a big price right now. The situation with Iran is moving along very rapidly. It's doing very well. Our military is unsurpassed. There's never been anything like it. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And we're doing what has to be done. Should have been done during a 47-year period. Could have been done by a lot of different people. They chose not to do it. But they really are a nation of terror and hate. And they're paying a big...
Smoking your granny? Just move over there already? Why? Why would I do that? I'm an American. I want us to stop bombing other countries and start using that money on ourselves. Do you disagree? Why don't you move to Israel? If you want to do Israeli foreign policy, just move to Israel. Go move to Israel. Fuck are you living here? I'm an American citizen. I want to change the American downward trajectory. I want to build a prosperous future for Americans and for the rest of the world. You, on the other hand, have no problems dumping billions of dollars and lighting fucking fire in this region at the behest of Israel. I don't. You got a disagreement with me? We can have a conversation around those disagreements. You want to do Israeli foreign policy? Fucking move to Israel. You go live under the IRGC rockets.
Price right now. The situation with Iran is moving along very rapidly. It's doing very well.
Very well. You got something to say? Sure, buddy. You're spreading propaganda. Pussy boy, you got something to say? Just sure, buddy. You're spreading propaganda. Propaganda is what? Explain to me what is the propaganda here. Do you like doing Israel's foreign policy and wasting billions of dollars in the direction of Israel's foreign policy or not? You have a hard time answering that question, little man? Is that what it is? Does the truth offend you so much that you fucking cope and seethe? Whine like